me share the way I'm a man. So me boo.
Hello lovely people, you're welcome to my channel. Today we are going to sew 6 pieces slit, and I have our pump 6 pieces slit from cutting to sewing. This is 6 yards of fabric. I'm going to use it for both top and down. Quantity of fabric that you need depends on how much you want it to flow at the down there. And the way I put that snow flow, no, that will determine the quantity that you are going to use. And so for me, the down part, I want to make it 16. So 16, you will times it to 6, 16 times 6. And that is going to give me 96. So it means I need 96 inches of fabric. That is 3 yards to cut my 6 pieces slit or 6 pieces skirt. Ghana, yes, a slit. But Nigeria for our skirt. Okay, so 16, it means I'm going to fold this to 8. I have 8.5 here. That is okay. I'm going to use the 8.5, so it will be 17 instead of 16. It includes sewing allowance. So by the time I'll finish sewing, everything will end up to 14 or 15 years. So you fold your fabric based on how much you want it to flow at the down. And the down, I'm using 16 or 17. And so I folded this to 8.5, which is okay. Waist to hip. The waist to hip I'm using is 9. We use waist to hip of 9. I'm going to add 1 to 8 to make it 10 because I will fold the 1 inch for my rope. We are making it the skirt where we add rope to it. In Ghana, yes, a slit. So I'm going to make it 10. So waist to hip, I'm making it 10. Okay. Then from waist to knee, that is where we are going to determine our flow. I'm going to make it 19. 19. It shouldn't be exactly on the knee. At least 2 inches above the knee is okay. So 19, but I'll mark 20, 1 inch for. So 1 inch for the allowance will fold on top. So 20. Okay. Then I want the slit length of 40. I want the slit length of 40 plus sewing allowance. I want 42 because I'll fold 1 up there, and the 1 inch I'm going to use this to sew, attach lining, the down and the up. So 42, but I have 43, so I'll leave it like that. Usually 6 pieces slit or 6 pieces skirt, if it flows down, if it goes very down, if it's long, that is when it is beautiful. So I'll leave it like that. Okay. And so I'm going to mark here. This is the knee. And then this is the hip. So this is the hip. Now the next thing to do is to take the largest part of your measurement. And the largest part is the hip. The hip is 44. 44, we'll divide it into 6. 6 because it is 6 pieces. If it's 4, you divide it into 4. If it's 8 pieces, you are going to divide it into 8. And so 6, when we divide 44 by 6, is going to be 7.3. And I'm running it to 7.5. Place 7.5 here, which is going to be 3.75, but I'm going to make it 4. Then I'll add ½ inch to 8 to make it 4.5. The ½ inch is going to serve as sewing allowance. So 4.5 here. That is at the hip area, 4.5. Now when we come to the knee area, instead of 4.5, I am going to make it 4 inches. I'm going to make it 4 inches. Okay. Now this 4.5, I'll mark the same thing at the waist area. 4.5 here also. Okay. And so I'm going to join the points. and I'm going to use my curve to do this. So from waist to the hip, then I'm going to join from the hip to the knee, and I'm going to turn my curve this way. You can use a straight ruler to do this to this. Okay, then I'm going to join from here to the 8.5 here. Okay, so this is it. Okay, and so we are going to cut this out. Now I'm going to teach you something. I don't want the edges of my silk pieces to be sharp, and so I'll come here by 1 inch. You can make it 1.5. I'll come here by 1 inch, and then I'll use my curve to curve it to the down here. I'm going to curve it to this side. I don't want my silk pieces, the end, to be sharp, so I'm going to cut it this way. Okay. Okay, so this is it. When I open up, this is it. I'm going to get 6 of these, of this. Okay guys, so this is it. I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 out of it. I'm going to take the front, the middle part. This is the middle. We want to reduce the folding we have in the middle. The folding we have in the middle. When you wear your skirts or your slits, the middle folds, and we want to reduce the folding. It's equally this way. Fold it equally. And this is the knee side. Okay, I'll come to the waist side. I'll just measure 1/2 inch here, just 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. I'll measure 1/4 inch here, just 1/4 inch, and then I'll place my ruler there straight to the knee side. I'll draw a straight line here. So this, I'm going to take it off. This is what creates the fold. So I'm going to take that one off. So this is for the front middle pattern. Okay. So when you open up, check, you see it is straight here, straight here. Okay, so this is for the middle. Now I'll take 2 for the front. 2 for the front. 1, 2. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll spread it out this way, and then this way. So this is it. Now it means this one is going to be in the middle. So if we have reduced this side, the middle, the side and side, then we need to reduce this and this, because we are going to attach this to the middle, and so we need to reduce that one too. And so this way, then I'll bring this one on top this way equally. I'll come here by just a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to join it straight to the knee area here. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this one also. So this place will be straight, and so this is it, straight like this. Now you will be able to remove the fold in front of your 6-piece slit or skirt. That's how you're going to do it. Now the next thing you're going to do is I'm going to bring a bit of shape at the knee side, and so this will be on top this way, and I'll take the back, 2 panels for the back also, and I'm going to bring a shape there too. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to come here, the knee side, I'll come in by 1/2 inch. Okay, the knee side I'm going to come in by 1 inch. So if I come here by 1 inch, I have about 8 here, that's 16, that's okay. And so I came in by 1 inch at the knee area. I'm going to curve it to the hip line, and this is the hip line, the 10 inches. So I just curve it this way to the hip line. So curve it this way. Then I'm going to use my straight ruler to bring the shape out very well. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to cut it, but before then I'll take 2 of this, the back also. I'm going to curve that one too. Place this one on top and curve it. It is not going to turn. This one will be on top this way. I'm going to trim this up. Now if not that we are going to put a rope in and we are going to make it a skirt with zip, like what I'll do is the waist, I'll divide the waist measurement into 6 and place the waist measurement here, probably somewhere here, and then shape it to mix this, and that will be it. But because you are going to place a rope in, there's no need measuring the exact waist measurement and then placing it there. At the end of the day, the rope will take care of it. All the same, I can decide to come in here by just 1/2. It's okay, and then shape it. It will not affect anything. Something like this, then shape it together. Okay, so this is it. So we have the side here at the knee in a bit. This is the hip. Hope you can see the shape very well. This is how we cut 6-piece skirts or 6-piece slits, and also how we reduce the fronts and also get the shape very well. So I'm going to place this on a lining. This is the lining that I'm using. I'm going to place it on it and cut lining for all. Then I'll come and show it to you. Hey guys, so this is it. I've cut lining for all. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to attach the lining to each other. I'm going to sew. After attaching it this way, I'm going to have my top stitch for it to lie flat on. Okay guys, so I am done attaching the lining to each of them. Yes, this one, after I just decided to hold them with the pins, hold front together and back together with pins. So I'm done attaching. So this is the front part of the dress. So the next thing I'm going to do is this way. I'm going to sew by 1/2 inch. So I'll just mark 1/2 inch here. When I get to the knee side, I'm going to make it 1 inch instead of 1/2 inch. I want it to go in a bit, and the rest to be 1/2 inch all through. join this also. Okay, don't worry, forget about this line. It's okay this way. So forget the fact that it didn't pass through it. It's okay. And so I'm going to pin all together. And I'll turn this side also. And mark this place also the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'll just mark my 1 inch here, and I'll mark 1/2 inch at the waistline, then 1/2 inch at the down here. So I'll just join from the knee side 1 inch to the 1/2 inch. And this to the 1 inch. So this is, I'm going to do the same thing for the back also. Then I will sew through the lines, and after I'll come and show it to you. I'm done joining everything together. Okay, so this is the front part. So you could see that the front part is very straight because we reduce the middle of it. It's straight. So this one, when you wear it, there will be no folds here and there. It will be straight for you. Okay, so this is it. Okay, just have to make sure that it's equal. And so before you joined yours together, the 3 pieces or the pieces together, you can cross check all these things and do the reduction before you put everything. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to cut this off. Okay. I'm going to place my measurement on this. Okay. So this is my hip line. This is the knee part. I'm going to use the hip measurement of 43 instead of 44. We want it to be a bit tight at the hip area, so I'm going to make it 43. And so 43, that is going to be 21.5, and so I have 23.5 here, 2 inches. So I'll leave 1 inch on both sides, 1 inch here, and then 1 inch here. Then the waist, I can decide to take the same thing to the waist area, but the waist I'm going to make it 40. She'll be able to wear because I don't want too much fold at the waist area, so I'm going to make it 40, which is 20. And so I have 23, so I'm going to measure 1.5 on both sides. So I'll come to the knee side. The knee side I want 18. That is, at the end of the day, is going to be 36. And so I'm going to measure 18 here. Yeah, so I have 21.5. And so if I measure 18 here, I'm going to have 1 1/4 on each side. I'm going to make it 1.5. Okay, 1.5 will be okay. Okay. Then when I come to the down here, I'm going to measure the space I have here and use it to do the other side. So I have 15.5. And what I have here is 16.5. So I'm going to measure 1 inch here. And I'll do the same thing also here. So I'm going to join the points together. Okay, I'm going to join straight to that side. Okay. I'm going to join front and back together. I'm going to join it together and then sew on top and then come and show it to you. Okay guys, so this is it, our 6 pieces slit or 6 pieces skirt. You can see the front is very flat, no folding anywhere when the person wears it. So this is it. I have knit the whole skirts and I've added rope to it. So this is it. This is the down part. This is the down part. Okay, so this is it. We are done with our 6 pieces skirts or slit. You can give this a try and let's see. Thanks so much for watching. Please, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing, like and share the video, and watch out for another tutorial. Bye bye.
Say me straight, the way I'm my man. So me boo, be. My name say, hey, yummy.